your interview number 1.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's cool.
It's Drum and Drummer. Welcome back. I'm Nate, and oh my gosh, this week I got to interview none other than Stuttgart's own Paul Albrecht, or Paul Albrecht, if you want to say it the German way. He has played with groups like the Jakob Manz Project, the Jakob Manz Project, and Big Spider. He's playing on an album called Natural Energy from the Jakob Manz Project, and it's dropping soon. I've just been so inspired ever since I discovered him on Instagram, and every time I just see him playing, I can tell this guy loves playing the drums. I'm so inspired, and I just want to learn from him. So I hit him up and said, "Hey, you want to do an interview?" And he's like, "Yeah, man." I guess I should kind of preface for anybody watching in the future. I came across your stuff because I had met Mathis at one of his gigs, and I think it's probably because you did that little shed thing with him.
Yeah,
I think I saw that, and I was like, "Oh, what's this dude doing?" And then I came across your clips, and I was like, "Dang, man!" Okay. And I really like the style and just the way that you guys play and kind of interpret the whole thing. So we'll get into that. How would you, when people ask you about how you got into drums, how do you typically explain?
it is amazing. It's quite amazing because I was really, really small when my parents just realized how much I enjoy music. So they saw me, no matter which style of music, they saw me directly loving it. When I heard music, I started to dance or to move. Like when I was 2 years old or something, or I clap on my body or on beat on some pillows or something. So because my parents are artists too, my whole family, they just saw that and they supported directly. So they showed me a lot of music and they played a lot of music, and then they got me a little drum set when I was 4 or 5, and they directly saw that this is my thing because I just enjoyed it. I started off to drum and just play what I hear. And this is basically the really basic how I got into drums or music, so to say.
Did you learn any other instruments growing up? Was it just drums?
I mean, I always tried to figure out piano more than I'm. It's just so amazing. I love the instruments. I love to play harmony and play songs. But with the piano, I was always like, I mean, now I play piano and I also practice that I needed for my studies and all this. But earlier, I was always like, oh, I want to play the piano too. But back then when I was 7 years old, or maybe 6, I was so focused on drums. I was drumming all the time, and on the piano, it was not that I sit on the piano and play with music until I was 12 or something. So that time when I was really young, I didn't play the piano or other instruments except like sitting on the guitar of my dad and try to figure something out. So a bit I tried, but it was not the same as with drums, where I really was playing every day and was so crazy and passionate about it.
So you had that inkling and you were just kind of learning as you grew up. Were there any kind of significant teachers that kind of that took you to the next level, or?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely need to mention Daniel Messina. He is a great teacher from Argentina who lives in Germany since, I think now it's about 20 years, maybe longer. And he was amazing. He really was a master of the Molar technique. And he taught me a lot of things, just like principles I can still apply to everything I practice. And I also got to mention Matt, my brother Mathis, Mathis Gossman. He he introduced me to that teacher because I know him for even longer. So actually, besides my teachers in the village here, which I also really appreciate, and in the next biggest village where I was till I came to Dani Messina, I love those guys too, really. Without them, I could not really start through. It was Hagen Pflugfelder here, just a German guy from here. And Daniel Schönerstedt is the name of the teacher I had when I was 8 to 10 or something. And for sure, through this time, I met Matt, I met Mathis, and he introduced me to Daniel Messina. And he told me, you gotta go there, he's amazing. And also that time I already really celebrated Matt on drums. You know, he already played so crazy stuff, and I looked at it with 10 years like, or maybe 11, looked at it like, whoa, that's amazing. And so he was really also quite inspirational for me. And he introduced me to Dani Messina, and he was really significant for the development of my technique and for just for being free on drums. He's a great guy, really.
And then also this is the same kind of realm, like big drum heroes for you coming up, big influences for you.
Well, I mean, maybe before I should also, if you talk about the teachers, I should also give credit to a bit more of them. I mean, Dani Messina was really like a huge influence, and I studied with him for many years. But I mean, all the other teachers I had, it's just amazing. I took lessons in person with, for example, Gerhard Bieltes, a Dutch guy that is teaching in CVA in Amsterdam. I was taking lessons with him and I was impressed by that. I did Skype lessons with different people, with Thomas Brisson, for example. And
I saw that,
amazing, really amazing people, amazing human beings, amazing drummers. Also in my university, like Spiri Karas is one other teacher of mine. He's 88 and he's still teaching, and he's so positive and fit, and all the students love him. He's from the States too, and I learned much about big band drumming and reading from him, as well as Thomas Alkir, who is my professor right now. You know, I'm still studying jazz drums, so I just wanted to give a bit more credit to those drummers. I would say my heroes are Dennis Chambers and Chris Dave, and Justin Tyson, as well as C.J. Thompson and Brian Fraser Moore, Devin Taylor, Jeremy Dutton, Mark Whitfield Jr. Matt, he's also one of my favorite drummers, really. And Hendrik Smog, he's a German drummer, and he's so advanced. It's amazing. He's such a great musical guy. The list goes on and on. It's just crazy to me. When I hear the sound, how they play drums, I think about drums differently. I think like, wow, the whole package, how they sound, the whole package of their sound on drums is an experience, you know? It's not about, they can play a beat like this. They can play chops like this.
That's it.
It's really like the personality on drums. What I get out through this is amazing. And also there, I talked a lot about that with Hendrik Smog, with Magro, like with the drummers I'm around here. So it's just awesome to dig them.
And that's something that I love about your playing, man. And even the way that you select the kits and stuff, like all the kits I've seen you play sound dope. Like they sound like just the tom sound and the combination of the kick and the snare and all your cymbal choices and stuff. I've seen you on a lot of different kits on Instagram. I don't know, maybe is it maybe because certain gigs have like the house kit or something, or have you switched around very much? Or?
It's like the videos I got on Instagram are so different because I play so many different styles and bands. It's really like I play a pop show with Ferdinand Schwarz, and sometimes on the next day I just go back and play in a jazz club in Cologne just with a Catalina jazz kit. You know, so it really depends on where I play. But what I always do when I arrive in some location and I play, for example, the kit of the house, I just look what I can do to to make it sound like I imagine. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's really not much more than I have a sound in my mind and I see the drum set and I think like, okay, I see the drum heads,
Yeah.
I see the drum set, I see the snare drum, and I just think like, okay, I know I want to sound like this and like that, and so I just tune around. I just set up the drum set like I think it will sound good. With the drum sound, it varies because the locations I play vary and the styles as well.
But so what I'm saying though also is that I actually see consistency though across those, just because of you like your drums to sound a certain way, right?
Mm.
And I think that's really cool. And it's also one of the things that I've been thinking about a lot lately is like, I'm not satisfied if I hit the drum and it's not making the sound I want. Right? Like if you get your snare drum right, like it doesn't you don't even mind playing a super simple beat all night, because it just is so satisfying to be like whack, you know, like and that right sound.
Yeah, that's fun. It's the best if it really feels amazing. Sometimes it's not, and it's also good to challenge yourself and approach it completely different. But I exactly know what you mean. It's really like when you go in somewhere and you see the snare drum or you see the fresh heads and you see like, okay, then you get motivated and you want to play.
That's it. And speaking of your jazz gigs and stuff, one of the ones that I guess I'm most excited about is this Jakob Manz project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
dude, this looks crazy. Like, there's a little clip. The name of the track was called "Endless Space," right?
Yeah.
This video, dude, that one got me, man. That one got me. That's gonna be.
I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, it just came out. It just came out.
Hopefully, when just to build awareness, because I mean, I have so many questions about just even that. But did you did you just cut a whole album with him? Are you the only one playing drums on that one?
Yeah. I'm the only one playing drums. I mean, I even got so excited right now. You can see because we didn't play for so long because of the situation with this virus and all that. It's crazy. I really get excited when I even talk about that, because this band is, to me, it means, I cannot even say how much it means to me. It's like the piano player Hannes Stolzheimer and the bass player Frieda Klein. We know each other since we are like 12, 13.
Oh, really?
And and we played all the time, like the whole, like throughout high school and this period of time. We played a lot and we also partied a lot and did funny, stupid. So we are really connected and we grew together as musicians and human beings. So then we met Jakob, like when he was 16 or even 15. He's crazy. So that was 3 years ago, I guess. It's 2017. And then 2018, we started the band. So this band means a lot to me because we are all like village guys from South Germany here. We're really from 4 different villages, and we met like at a jazz workshop. We 3 met Jakob, and then we just played together, and we were like, "Whoa, what's going on? That's crazy!" And he was directly acting so professional. It's amazing. His drive and his energy, it's just crazy, because he was 15 or 16 when we met, and what he did, he asked us to play a gig in his village, and he afterwards he told that he was so excited, like, oh, hopefully they do it and all this. But he was really like, it was a well-paid thing, and the music was amazing. We played some David Sanborn, Marcus Miller tracks, Herbie Hancock, awesome stuff, and he did the sheets of that. He directly gave us the music before, and we were just like, wow, it's a professional gig, well paid with that guy, it's amazing. And we were crazy. Like, we played together and it was clear, like, all right, that's it. And so that's why it means so much to me. We grew a lot together.
Especially with that track, and also the stuff on your Instagram from your gigs with him, I can just see the fire happening, right? Yeah. That exchange of energy is just going around in a very positive cycle, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think that also contributes to to like even some of these solos that I see you do, right? That like, of course you're a dope drummer, but then it's also that those guys are like amping you up. Helping you to reach that level, kind of.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really like, it is really a team going on. It's really a team. This band is a team, and sometimes we went through different situations, and yeah, I also could go on and on about this band, those people, and this topic in general. It's crazy. But yeah, to come back to it, like there's the whole album coming out with 14 tracks.
Okay.
Also gonna be a record I wrote, and from the other guys too. Like we
really?
all write. And yeah, it's also
sick.
gonna be a track I wrote called Eyes Up, and it is I hope it is released in the plans at the planned date. Like the release date should be the 24th of April from Act Music, but yeah, let's hope that it's got to be released because the situation is kind of crazy. Here in Germany, it's really crazy. Yeah, well, so this is coming out. I love this band. I love the guys. It's so much fun, and we learn a lot from that.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. It's really exciting to see, and also and this kind of brings me to the topic of jazz in general. So when I was coming up learning drums, I didn't get into jazz because I was a little intimidated, right? Like everybody was like, "Oh, that's kind of like, don't mess with that. That's really hard." And then also as I got older, I felt a little bit, and I think it's different in different places in the world, but there's kind of like some like elitism stuff going on when it comes to jazz, and people become purists, like, oh, you can't play it this way, or you can't play it that way. Like, what's your take on that? Because especially the stuff that you guys are doing, I don't feel like you guys are hindered at all. I think you're just playing whatever you want to play in a jazz framework. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of deep because to talk about that, I mean, the first thing I gotta say is exactly, you're right. I just listen to the situation and also feel myself when I play to express in the way that seems authentic to me. And I mean, also in the back of my head, I have that there are so many drummers who play their own style in their own way. So I mean, it's what I try to do. I try to play my own style in any style of music. Like when I play jazz, I try to play it in my style. But the thing is, I also know that my style, there's still such a long way to really develop my style, because there's so many influences. I would never say like, oh, now I play this jazz gig and it's just with my style right now. It comes from so many influences. For sure, the music, the other great drummers, the recordings, but also experiences from life and different people, different nights. It's literally, to me, it's a matter where I play when I think of how I get inspired. So yeah, I gotta tell you, it's really, to me, it's a difficult thing because I kind of feel like I got my voice already in different styles of music, but I also know that it goes so deep. And as I said, then I listen to how Marcus Gilmore is playing drums, how he's playing music, and I find out more and more things, and I get still blown away. So I would never say like, oh, no, I got my style, and when I play jazz, I just play in that style. I mix it. I mix what I hear in the moment also with what I practice, or with the recordings I know, and this is like the mix how I want to develop my sound and play music.
Yeah,
I just listen all the time and play what I think is fitting.
So that's something I was also super curious about, especially for these jazz gigs, in terms of how much is charted and how much is improvised. So actually, let me take a concrete example. I was checking out, there's a clip of you playing with the, it's like the Bundesorchestra. It's just a cool clip because there's a lot of like mixture of stuff. It's kind of has like a big band thing going on, but then you're like throwing in kind of Chris Davies stuff on top of it. And I was like, whoa, that's cool that you're switching between these kind of different like modes. How much reading are you doing there on the fly?
Yeah. When I got into Bundes Jazz Orchestra, which is basically the jazz orchestra of Germany, and together with WDR Big Band. And so I got into that. And at first it was also, I was thinking like, okay, how free can I be with all that? And the leader of the band, he has really exact imagination and really exact sound in his ear, how he wants the thing to sound. So what happened there is, at first it's important that he hears the music like on the records. So when we start rehearsing a thing, he wants us to play it like on the record. The video you talk about, when I play a solo over this Dahoud arrangement, it is like in the rehearsals, I stick to the sheet a bit more and to the things he wrote there. But in the end, I always want to know each part of the whole arrangement. This is what is important to me, that I know the song or the arrangement, whatever it is, that I know kind of every note of it, you know. So if I really sit down and I listen to it until I get the parts, until I know, and there in this tutti part, I know the horn section, I know when the brass section is coming in. I really want to listen to every single part, and then I also know it by heart. So this piece I really didn't read a lot in the end. And that's also why I can play around with it more freely, because before I play more freely, I want to know the song. I really want to know what is going on, the different melodies, the different accents. And that is also in the end what makes it quite easy for me then to have fun with it, because I don't have to sit there and read and play and then prepare and play the hit. It's really more like, it feels more like when I play with a small quartet or something. It's like I hear everything and I'm connected with everything. And this gives me more freedom. So at first I want to know the whole arrangement.
Yeah.
I want to play it as written or newly as written. And then I get free with it. And I can start to throw things in. But it's important to always make clear where you are. This is the challenge in this big band. What I really like, that even if I play more complex or I'm syncopating on stuff, it's always important to still give the band the ones and the hits, like to keep it together.
That reminds me of something else I really love about your playing as well, is like there's a precision to it, but then there's also, you're able to just go total feeling and be kind of just embrace the chaos, right? A lot lot of people, I think, are not so good at going back and forth. They're either like, I'm going to do this exactly, like this by the book, or I'm going to completely feel the spirit, right? Kind of. So which one comes more naturally for you?
I love to be able to be precise. So I really want to be able to be precise, to be tight, to listen, to be able to hear what is going on, to be able to know subdivisions and know where the hits are, to be able to play everything slow and really slow and even slower and then fast. I want to be able to play everything, also with the styles, also with reading, not reading. But what I really can tell, the best thing to me is to let go. And this is when I can come from, wow, and there's the hit and it's there. And then the next second, everything is breaking down. And wow, it comes back. Those moments, I can play those moments if my ears are open and the ears of the others are open too. Like when the ears of others are not completely open or open in a different way, it still works. But really those moments where it's going from boo, boo, everywhere, it comes from letting go. It really comes from letting go for me. And yeah, I love those moments. And so my approach on this is, I'm not thinking like, now I will break it up a bit and then I will play 4 tight hits with the bass player, So
yeah,
it's really like, I want to be able to play and hear everything, but what I enjoy most is just listen and really express what is going on inside me. Not only like, the music needs to be like this. It's really about the feeling as well. Like I want to express how I feel. Really, if I have a night, I want to play what is bothering me or what is challenging me. I want to play it. And sometimes those are the moments where it goes from being together to completely loose and together. It's really like when I'm not thinking it has to be in some way. It's when I'm just let it flow naturally. And sometimes I'm sad or angry or something, so I'm just like, just playing, but it's still, the beat is still going on inside of me. So yeah, it's really an emotional thing for me. And I even get emotional when I talk about it because I think about it. And so it makes me like, it's tough to say, but yeah.
I've especially recently been going back and forth like, is reading a good thing and blah, 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 because it can be so rigid. But I think what you're getting at is kind of like, you're kind of like mastering the form so that you can be free and not let it restrict you, I guess.
Exactly. This is the thing that I want. Like, even if I read that I can see it, understand it, and know it, like really like this. This is the best.
And I think also a really big thing that you said was this thing about listening too.
For example, it still happens to me sometimes. Then I see Mike Mitchell playing in a new video and I'm like, oh yeah, Mike Mitchell, he's amazing. But then sometimes I watch it when I'm tired and I watch it like, oh yeah, all right, he's doing this, he's doing that. And then I need to stop, like, wait. It is not like, now he's playing this thing really fast and now he's playing melodies and he's hearing what he plays.
That's
he's hearing what he plays. And also the musicians he plays with, they are hearing what they play.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise I would be blown away, but no, I mean, they're hearing what they play, and this is already, for me, this is already where you can completely misunderstand the whole music or drumming in general, because you can see all that and think, he just practiced the movements and he just practiced the patterns, and he's super fast and this one is super loud and he is really like, you cannot just go out and judge and say, he's like this and he's like that. For example, Mike Mitchell, he's playing drums his whole life and
yeah,
giving his heart into that. So it's what I just want to make the point that it is so important to develop the focus, concentration, and appreciation for music and for drummers, because it's so easy in drums to say, yeah, this I heard it before. This is the fast.
yeah, yeah,
Guys like
yeah.
him, they hear what they play every note. Or Ronald Bruner, I didn't mention him before.
Oh, dude, yeah. Oh my gosh, I actually only just recently was turned on to him, and I was just like, whoa. Just a couple more things. Do you have any kind of practice? Do you have any kind of warm up routine that you do like every day or?
Well, for sure I do things when I play on my pad. I do single strokes and doubles and some combinations. You know, it's I really always keep it quite basic.
Hmm.
I mean, I practice complex things, as you see probably, but
yeah,
the thing is, for me, I feel like I could go on playing single strokes or single strokes on the offbeat for
mm-hmm.
years.
Yeah,
Because to me, the ear, it's just amazing to explore, because yeah, so I don't want to go too deep into that, or maybe some other time, it's because
yeah.
I got 1,000 thoughts on that, really an important. But yeah, I do routines. Like what I really like is setting time, you know, just play 1 hour of pad, you
mm-hmm.
know, just look that the movements are working. I'm checking each technique, or each technique I know, like I play
Yeah,
really relaxed and soft and with much rebound, as well as just playing out every stroke with my wrist, or only super soft with the fingers.
yeah,
And so, and then, as I said, motor technique, like with a big movement, with a small movement as well. So I I really practice the basics much, and I want them to feel amazing.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
it's just the thing. I want them to feel amazing. I want quarter notes on the right to feel amazing, that I can do only this. And that's why I keep it quite simple with those routines. Yeah, but it's really, I think this, everybody has to find what he just likes to do for warm up and all that. For sure, you can warm up your muscles like
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
and like that. You know, I do. It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
You can watch the, you know, Tony Royce is describing things to warm up and all this.
yeah.
There's amazing videos out there, and I do this, like I stretch a bit, and then I just play on the pad to warm up, and before a gig, I just warm up my hands, because I like when the muscles are warm
Yeah,
and
yeah,
ready.
yeah. That's awesome. That's exactly what I was thinking about. So I was also, I mean, I'm not sure if I should even 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 mention gear, because that's like a whole other thing. But maybe you could just talk about the kit that
We
you're,
can just keep it short.
because it looks like you were playing a Gretsch kit for a while, and then maybe switch to DW. Is that
Yeah,
kind of what's going on?
exactly. This is what's going on. I played Crash. I know this golden Crash New Classic I had, like, it was the first professional drum set I got, and my parents were smart back then to invest in a good instrument. When I got that when I was 11, I guess, or 12,
Oh yeah,
and I played it since then
yeah,
in all kinds of situations. I love this kit, definitely. But yeah, right now I got to play DW drums. Yeah, acrylic design set. I saw Eric Moore playing it, and even earlier I was just imagining to play this drum set, because what I also loved on the New Classic is the punch it had, and just how I tuned it, and how I was like putting some tape and tune it. It had so much punch and power, and I just love that. And I was always thinking, like, this DW acrylic set, if I can tune it in this and that way, like I tune it like I want, and it's really punchy and dry and short, you know, I was just
yeah,
thinking, like, when I go from the toms, like,
yeah.
yeah. Then I got into Geva drums. You know, they're here in Germany. They're just amazing people, really, just amazing people. Such a great company, and they they got Gretsch and DW as well. And
Okay.
I was there shooting some video for a Gretsch kit for the new Brooklyn, in the new finish of the Brooklyn series, and a new finish of a Catalina, the yellow Catalina. And I was shooting videos there for that, and get to know them. And yeah, then we figured out together that I want to play this DW kit, you know. So so I got into DW, and I play those drums now as well as Paiste cymbals. And I did a gear switch, so to say, just lately. It's 2 weeks ago. So now I got the DW acrylic set. It's you know, it's just amazing. I have no words. You can just see it. Now I start thinking, when I sit behind this set, it lets me express exactly what I want to express, and it's so fun. It's so fun. So, I'm with DW right now, and I enjoy it. Also, Paiste cymbals is amazing. This basically it. I endorse sticks from AA Meinl, from AA Meinl. You know, they got a stick, Meinl sticks and brush, and I endorse those sticks, which are great as well. This is super dope quality, and I play those sticks and Remo drum heads. Also, you can get all that from Giva drums. It's amazing. It's really, I'm really blessed and happy to have some support there.
You know, like we were saying before, when you get that sound that you really imagine, there's just something to it.
Yeah, exactly. It's really like, because if you got that, basically every stroke, if I play a tom, if I play a snare, every stroke is fun, and there's no exaggerating. It's just, maybe it's also something I don't know, but to me it just feels, I cannot stop with that. It just, if I sit there and I don't know, it just feels really amazing, really fun. It's great. And I'm excited to play it live with the bands, because now there's no live gigs coming on. All the shows are canceled, which I just record at home with that, which is a ton of fun too. I can walk down this house, and there's the room where you saw the videos from. I can shoot. There's the DW kit, and I got some mics going, and the room is sounding really amazing. So I can just, when I'm here, I can just go out to the field and do sports and run, and then come back and play drums all day.
We could just go on and on. It's
exactly.
It's great drummer talk. It's great musician talk. I want to just remind people, your website is Paul Albrecht. Paul-Albrecht.eu, and also you teach.
Yes.
And you're doing online stuff too, which is, I'm gonna get a lesson with you, man. That's gonna be,
it continues then. Yeah,
that's gonna be fun. I totally appreciate it. Just excited. I'm excited just to go, like, just play now. Practice.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, I'm just get some food and I will keep playing. That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay, Bisonista. Ciao.
Yeah. Ciao. Take care.
That was an awesome interview. I learned so much from this guy. Still kind of processing it all. I learned a lot, actually, even as I was editing this video, and I was like, oh man, that's so cool. Just chunks of drummer wisdom. And hey, by the way, all of the drummers that he mentioned, I'm going to have links to in the description. So if he mentioned a drummer, throw out a name, there in the description. It's a great way to discover other drummers. I want this to be a platform where you can maybe, find somebody who really inspires you that you can study and learn from. Also, on the 24th of this month, April 24th, the Jakob Manz Project, is dropping an album called Natural Energy. Make sure to check that out however you can. It's going to be so cool. I'm excited to hear that. And of course, you want to go straight to the source for these videos, and that's Paul's Instagram. It's Paul_Al96 on Instagram. Just, Support him any way you can. By the way, hey, this is called Drum and Drummer. It's a YouTube channel. We talk about drums. We get inspired. We play some drums. That's the deal. So if you like that, then subscribe and click like and whatever else you might need to do in the future to you know support this video, man. But as soon as you're done with that, just close your computer or whatever. Just stop watching YouTube and go play drums. Go play drums right now. Get on the drum kit. I'm just gonna stop right now. I'm gonna play drums. Okay? Go do it. Do it.